Just to outline that, I believe that Wendi does one of four things. So she either deflects, she brings out emotional blackmail, she gets angry, or she outright lies. I'll let you decide. I'll pitch in here and there what I think she's doing next. Yeah, even when she's telling the truth, you get a condescending smile or, a smirk or something. Quick disclaimer, my name's Dawn, this is Lounge Bar Crime. Everything you hear in this video is from my own research, it's my opinion, and it's for entertainment purposes only. That out of the way, let's get to it.
And were you upset about being stuck in Tallahassee?
I was relieved.
You were relieved. You wanted to stay in Tallahassee.
I was happy at my job.
And in that motion, did he seek to restrict your mother's contact with the kids to supervised visits only?
I don't remember, but if you'd like to show me the motion, I can take a look.
Okay, but you don't remember that portion?
No.
All right. Do you remember the allegation that your mother made statements to the children that Grandma hates you?
Overruled.
Grandma says you're stupid. Your father is trying to take my sunshines away. Anything like that? Do you recall?
No, but again, I'm happy to look at it if you'd like to show me.
I understand.
So see what she does there? She doesn't like the question, so she leads it in a different direction then. She's deflecting. No, but I'm happy to see the statement. If you want to, knowing then that Georgia Kappelman has got to answer to her then. Because she doesn't like because it's a bit out there, the answer that she's giving, just like, no, she doesn't remember nothing like that. It doesn't ring a bell. She knows very well what that's about. So she's deflecting.
And gibbers would be what? How would you spell that?
I don't know that I ever spelled it out.
And on this one, she just outright lies because Georgia Kappelman just calls her out on it.
In the emails, I think it's spelled with a J, but I guess you could spell it with a G.
Jibbers.
That would be one way to
Ms.
spell it.
Adelson, you had Mr. Markel's phone number programmed into your phone as Jibbers, didn't you?
That's right.
And not a flicker. That is just what she does.
Referring to your visit to the crime scene.
I did not visit the crime scene.
Okay. You did not pull up to the crime scene tape on Truscott Drive?
No,
Have you seen the photographs that were taken of your vehicle?
I have not. That looks like my car.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell gibbers. I didn't visit the crime scene. Yes, that's my car. Yes, I do have gibbers spelt like that.
Is that a photograph of you and Katherine Magbanua at the beach?
With her friend, yes.
Okay, and do you remember the friend's name?
I don't.
Have you noticed that? Deflecting again now. So is that a photograph of you and Katherine Magbanua at the beach with her friend? It's not just her and I together having a tete-a-tete. Her friend's there as well.
All right, is this a fair and accurate photograph from that event?
That looks like the three of us at the beach, yes.
Do you recall when this was taken?
I don't.
What have I just said? I've just said it's very rare. She says yes or no. Katherine, Georgia Kappelman says, is that a fair, description of you at the beach? That's the three of us, yes. She could have just said yes, but she won't. Because she needs to make that point. There was three of us, not just me and Katherine Magbanua.
Did law enforcement in this case analyze your cell phone?
I gave them my cell phone.
Okay.
Again, the answer is yes or no. But no, I gave them my cell phone. She didn't just give them her cell phone. They had to ask her for it.
Did you stand to gain anything from your husband's death, like financially?
No.
Did you move to South Florida after their father was killed with the children?
So after he was killed, I went to packed a weekend bag and went to South Florida for what I thought would be a couple of days, maybe a week. My son's birthday was July 29th, and I thought we'd be back in Tallahassee by then.
Did you ever come back?
I did come back a few times, but not permanently.
Okay, so you ended up moving there permanently.
I wouldn't say it's permanent, but I'm living there right now.
Okay. Well, it's been 5 years.
It has been a while. I've been exploring options for employment in many different places.
Okay. And when you initially left to go to South Florida, was that the same day as the funeral service for your husband?
No.
Was it the day after?
It might have been the day after or the day after that. I don't remember.
She doesn't remember. It might have been the day after or the day after that. So this is Garcia's attorney. I actually like the way he kind of like questions her a bit. Sometimes I just wish, it was other people questioning her, like Christy Coast, the way he went at her, and this guy here. But just listen. Again, she just deflects all the time. It's as though she picks out to answer what she wants or how she wants. Like, she runs the show, she decides what she's going to do. And if you pin her down, then she'll get angry and or emotional. But just watch this.
Right? Right? And these aren't like Hondas or Toyotas. They're Mercedeses and Ferraris, right?
He drove an unmarked police car for a while.
But that wasn't my question. My question was, did he ever have a Mercedes?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I just want Georgia Kappelman to do that to her all the time, so she gets the picture. Answer what I'm asking, nothing more. She's not on trial yet. She's not been on trial. Who knows? Georgia Kappelman could pull it all out the hat, and we could all be shocked. But so far, I think Georgia Kappelman has gone very easy on her. Like I said, she's not on trial, so. But I didn't actually think that Georgia Kappelman went very hard on Magbanua. So we'll see.
And it wasn't like a C300. It was like a 5 Series, right?
I honestly don't know anything about cars.
Well, it was the bigger Mercedes, right?
It was big.
It was the bigger one. And he also had a Ferrari, right?
I know he had one really fancy car, but I don't remember what brand it was.
Okay. So you're telling this jury that you don't remember if your brother had a Ferrari?
Cars are really not important to me. You saw mine. I drove a minivan.
Well, but you're not your brother, right?
I am not my brother.
And
No, I knew he had a fancy car. I just don't remember if it was a Porsche or if it was a Ferrari. It was something fancy.
Something kind of fancy,
Yeah.
right?
Tara Kawas is asking, about Charlie's more recent girlfriend and the child. Now, bearing in mind what she did with her children, and did everything she could to take them away from Dan. Dan was murdered because of her mother not being able to see them without supervision, and without her being able to take them away. So this was all to do with control over the kids, and a bit of that as well, I believe. And watch how she disregards her brother's child, Charlie's child, as just not important. Now, I don't know if it's because he had that child without being married, and within the Jewish faith. I don't know. But for some reason, this Brie, who Charlie had a child with, is absolutely of no importance. Neither is the child. And Wendy's quite insulting about her. Just have a listen.
Now, is it estranged in any way, or you still have a good relationship with your parents?
I still have a good relationship.
What about your brother Charlie?
I still have a good relationship.
When is the last time you spoke to Charlie?
Probably last week at some point.
Okay. Now, you had mentioned that Charlie is a father.
He is.
When did he have his child? Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
Okay.
He was born in December 2017.
Okay. So about, I would say that's over a year after Miss Magbanua's arrest.
I couldn't say.
Okay. Do you know who the mother of that child is?
I do.
Who is she?
You want her name?
Yes.
Her name is Bree Price.
Okay. And is he married to her now?
He's not married.
Are they still together?
Depends on the day.
And do you know if he has any other girlfriends at this point?
I have no idea.
Doesn't matter that that child will hear all that when it gets older. It doesn't matter that Brie, the mother, is listening to her saying that, because it doesn't matter. No, nobody matters. The only people that matter to Wendi is her mum and dad, Charlie when she feels like it, if she needs him to do something for her, and her 2 children. Nobody else's. That's Wendi. Watch her voice break, because she's doing the emotional blackmail now.
All right. Have you been keeping up with the media coverage in this case?
I don't watch any media related to this case.
Okay. So, but you are aware of the attention that has been brought on this case?
I'm aware only because of the constant death threats that I receive, yes.
Okay. So just to specify, you haven't watched any of the specials that have been on air about this case?
I have not watched any of them.
Do you?
Just listen to how she explains this here. So Tara Cabas is saying that you left the divorce papers like on a mattress on the bed. The answer to that is yes. But in order to reel them in, because she knows that she can't just say, no, what I did was, first of all, blah, 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 she'll go, no. Just, no, as though to say, you've got it totally wrong. Because she needs to put the context in of what she wants us all to hear. Just watch what she does. She's deflecting again. And then, really, it's just an out and out lie, because the answer was just, or should have been just yes.
Now I want to talk about the circumstances surrounding your actual divorce,
Okay.
which I believe you said was finalized in 2013, right?
Yes.
You just left your divorce papers on a mattress of Dan Markel in the house and left town. Is that correct?
No.
How is it that you delivered the divorce papers to him?
I called him to let him know that I wanted a divorce. It wasn't the first time I asked for a divorce, but it was the last time. And told him that I would see him when he got home. Not home, but back to Tallahassee. And then I did leave the papers for him, but I didn't leave town. I was still in Tallahassee.
Okay. So he was actually aware of that you were going to be seeking a divorce before you actually delivered the papers to him?
I had asked for a divorce several months earlier.
Okay.
That's when we started going to counseling. And he told me that if I tried to get divorced from him, that I could leave with the clothes on my back and that he would take the kids and that I would be penniless. And so when I actually asked for a divorce, I thought it best not to be there.
Yeah, because Dan Markel is that kind of guy. The whole counselling thing, that was all a ploy.
So is it fair to say that this was not a mutual thing between the two of you, that Danny did not want a divorce?
I don't think he wanted to get divorced.
Okay. Do you remember how long you dated him for?
I remember it was less than a year, but probably more than 6 months.
Were you dating him at the time leading up to the homicide, which would be July 18th, 2014?
We broke up a few weeks before Danny was killed, or a week or so. We broke up before Danny was killed.
How would you describe your relationship with Jeffrey Lacoste?
I mean, I think it took different turns. I think it was more casual in the beginning, and then it was getting more serious.
She's saying that we broke up a week or two before. No, she didn't. She was literally out with him days before. Yeah, she was keeping him on a low burner because she needed to keep him on hand, obviously, because he was being set up. But she lies about the most obvious thing that can be found out about. This is what I mean. You know, like when DeCoste was saying, like, you're smart, and I said in the previous video to this, she's not smart. She's book smart. And that's it. She's book smart. She's smart in as much as the money that was invested in her education, as I said previously. But she's not. I think she's absolutely stupid. To be fair, some of the things that she says, it's like, do you not know that you're going to be found out to be a liar? But we've already seen her twice, just here now, with the gibbers and the car. Just say, I doubt I've ever spelt it. And then she goes, yeah, that's right. That is how I've got it spelled, in my phone. And no, I didn't turn down Trescott Drive. I didn't visit the crime scene. Yeah, that's my car. It's like, are you on this planet? Are you on this planet?
And then I was feeling more committed to the relationship. And then in late June, we had this big fight. And after that point, I didn't really want to be with him anymore.
Do you know what the fight was about? Do you remember?
I remember what the fight was about.
What was it about?
He didn't trust me.
In terms of
He
seeing
thought
other people?
He thought I was cheating on him.
Okay. And you said you broke up, when was that?
We broke up. It would have been one of the last weekends in June.
So fairly close to when the homicide occurred.
Right.
He had every reason not to trust her. She was cheating on him. She was seeing somebody else. And she almost had, in parts, she kind of admits that. And then says, but you're not supposed to know. So that means you don't trust me. So that's it.
At one time, hold that position in Dan's will?
Oh, before we got divorced, I probably did.
Okay, but sometime after the divorce, he changed that over to the sister?
He must have, yes.
Okay. And did you initiate proceedings to try to fight that decision that he made to make the sister the executor or the beneficiary, have the fiduciary duty for this money over you, to the disbursement to your children?
Can you rephrase the question?
She knows exactly what she's asking her.
Did you initiate any type of proceeding at any point to try to contest or fight Dan Markel's sister being appointed as this fiduciary for the life insurance for the boys?
I don't believe that I did.
You did not?
I don't remember doing that, no.
No further questions?
I need your
I mean, what kind of a question is that? Answer is that I don't believe that I did. I don't believe that I did. Did you go for the money, Wendi, or not? I don't believe that I did. You know why she won't give... You know why she won't give direct answers? Because of the immunity. Because when she says, I don't believe, or like, I'm not sure, and this gives her all the time, it gives her like a get out. Because she won't answer yes or no. So very little she'll answer yes or no to. So she's always got a get out clause because of that immunity.
And why were you seeking to move to South Florida?
I was seeking a place that would be stable and permanent for the kids and me. Danny never planned on staying in Tallahassee. It was just a question of time before he moved to New York to be with his girlfriend or had dreams of being at Harvard. So Tallahassee was just a temporary stopping point. I wanted a place that was permanent for us, where we had family support.
You see, we've only got her word for that, because I believe so far there's nothing to say that Dan was looking to move anywhere. I mean, how do we know that Dan's girlfriend wasn't going to move from New York to Tallahassee? We don't know. We don't know any of that. But, and of course, Dan's not around. You know, to say either way. And so she feels that she can just conjure up any story that she wants, and then she just throws it out there. But I believe none of his co-workers or none of his friends had said he was going to move.
There were a lot of career opportunities for me there.
Are you from South Florida?
I am.
Okay, and when you say family support, what family resided there?
My mother, father, and brother.
Was the relocation to South Florida the most important part of your divorce?
No.
Was it your most non-negotiable term?
No.
But it was very important to you?
I wouldn't say it was very important to me.
Was it very important to your mother?
She was much more looking forward to having her daughter and her grandchildren home, yeah.
All right.
Not important to me. It was important to my mother, though. I said it before. She won't actually turn round and say, yeah, it's to do with my mum and Charlie. She won't actually do that. It's all been a manipulation anyway. She won't actually do that. But look how adamant she is. If it's to do with a question to do with what she wanted or what she was trying to do, she'll get emotional, her voice will break, she'll get angry, but if it's to do, if she can throw it off onto Charlie or her mother, she'll do it with a smile on her face. And that's why I said she will sing like a canary. Not in the way where she'll just do like a proffer or something and just, or a plea deal. She wouldn't do that, but she'll drop them. She'll just keep dropping them till all of a sudden, you know, the jury will come to the conclusion, oh, you know, it must have been Donna and Charlie. And that's what she's doing. She's just gaslighting everyone. I don't even know why I do this case. It winds me up so much. I just want her picked up. So if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget that tidgy like button. Just, you know what I'm going to say. Just do it.
Is it fair to say that your mother, Donna Adelson, was following these divorce proceedings pretty closely?
She was definitely being a little bit over-involved, yeah.
She was pretty invested in your personal life. Is that fair to say?
She is one of those moms, yes.
All right. And we talked about your mom, Donna Adelson. Who's your father?
Notice the difference. She'll smile. She's like the smiling assassin with a mother and Charlie. Watch, her face changes when it's a father. She doesn't like that. For some reason, she's not as bothered about a mother as she is about a father.
What is my father's name?
Mm-hmm.
Harvey Adelson.
And where do Donna and Harvey live currently?
They live in Miami.
All right. And are you still very close with your parents?
I am.
All right. And do you still live in close proximity to your parents?
I live about a 15-minute drive away.
Listen to this. She can't just... Yes, it was. George Koppelman said to her, and was it lucrative? But now she's going to get it into context for us.
And do you know whether the practice there was successful, meaning lucrative?
At one point it was, and
What about
not
between
anymore.
What about between 2013 and 2016? Was it lucrative at that time?
Between 2013 and 2016, it was definitely, the business was doing better than it did after that point when the social media barrage happened.
Referring to this case?
Absolutely.
Okay. But previous to the murder, the Adelson Institute was earning approximately $2 million in profit each year.
I have no idea what it was earning. I haven't the slightest idea, but
Do you know
that is
whether
a
your
large
parents had other investments other than their work at the Adelson Institute?
I don't know.
You don't know if they own any properties?
I know now that they own properties, but I didn't then.
See, I just think that's an outright lie. I know now that they own properties, but I didn't know then. If your mum or your dad or one of your kids goes and buys a house as an investment, you say, you talk about it. That's what happens when you're visiting your family.
Did you discuss your marital problems and the resulting legal issues with your mother?
I'm sure I did.
Is it fair to say your mother is a controlling person?
I think my mom is and was very invested in my life. I don't think of her as a controlling person.
Is it fair to say around the time of your divorce that your mom did not like Dan Markel?
I think that's fair to say. I think she was very disappointed by the way he treated me.
Okay, and did she ever call him names?
I don't remember her calling him names.
Would it refresh your recollection to take a look at the emails for that?
I'm happy to.
Did your mom ever refer to your husband as an asshole,
Yes,
a bully,
yes.
a zealot,
A religious zealot, yes.
a jackass,
Yes,
a religious extremist?
yes.
Just listen to this part. This is about the money putting in for the bribe. Listen to who she says we're supposed to be paying in for this bribe.
They said that they would go as high as $1 million, which would be $333,000 each.
And who are the each?
My mom, my dad, and Charlie.
That's a lie. That's a lie. In the email, it says Wendi, them, meaning Harvey and Donna as one, and Charlie. But she's making out it's Charlie, her mum, and her dad. This is what I don't get with her. She knows that this is going to come up again, that she's just lied again. But she's not bothered. She will stand and lie, or sit and lie constantly.
Did your motion for relocation get granted or denied by the court?
It was denied by the court.
So you were not legally permitted to move to Miami?
No.
Right, we remember what she said the first time. She didn't mention all this with the police the first time. So she's getting similar questions now, because this is obviously her second time on the stand. But she's getting it in context again. She needed protection. This backs up the name change and all this.
How long did you stay in Tallahassee after your husband was killed?
I
Ex-husband, sorry.
Stayed a couple of days. And then after I had asked the police for protection at the funeral or in my home and they refused, I decided to just go for a couple of days and spend a few days away from Tallahassee. And then this case hit CNN and hit the media, and I didn't
I don't
feel
mean to
safe.
interrupt you, but the question was, how long did you stay in Tallahassee after your husband was killed?
I'm sorry, Ms. Kappelman. I stayed for a few days.
Thank you.
I mean, she let her go on there for a few minutes and start putting a case over.
All right. And was he, as part of this motion, seeking to enjoin you from allowing your mother to have time with the children that was unsupervised by another adult?
I am not seeing that right now, but I can continue reading through
Okay,
it.
take your time. Question of that.
I don't have an independent recollection.
Okay.
I made a lot of allegations that weren't true, so I need
All
to
right.
look through to figure out which ones we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay, I see it. I see what you're referencing.
All right, so in that filing, Dan Markel alleges that your mother is disparaging him to the children, correct?
That is correct.
And he was seeking a court order saying she couldn't have contact with the kids unless there was another adult present, correct?
I see that here. I don't think I took it seriously at the time, so it didn't really lodge in my memory.
Did
But
your
I-
mom take it seriously?
No,
Was it ever ruled on?
I don't know. If it were, it should be here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it here?
No, it's not. It was scheduled to be ruled on in August of 2014, right?
I don't know. I don't know when it was scheduled for. I do know that nobody took it very seriously.
Okay, so your mom wasn't worried about that motion being granted? Okay.
2 minutes ago, she didn't even know about this. Then, all of a sudden, throughout, she doesn't know how her mother feels about anything. I can't answer for my mother. But all of a sudden now, it wasn't taken seriously.
All right. Were you involved in the plot to kill your husband?
Absolutely not.
Did you have knowledge of the plot to kill your husband?
No.
But you suspected that your family was involved?
No, I did not suspect that my family was involved.
Did you mention in your interview with law enforcement that you suspected that your family could be behind this?
Get ready. Her voice is breaking. Her nostrils are starting to flare. And she's getting angry. All the way through, everything's been fine. Because she's been able to manipulate, lie, and everything. Now, Georgia Kappelman is pinning her down a little bit. Only a little bit, to be fair. And this is her reaction.
I think I speculated about lots of things during the 6 hours I spent with law enforcement without an attorney present trying to help them solve this murder. Yes, I said all kinds of things.
All right, and one of the things you said was that your family very much disliked him and that you thought it was possible that someone had done this on your behalf, unbeknownst to you.
I did say I thought someone might have done this on my behalf, yes.
And who did your brother know that had connections that could get something like that done?
I have no idea.
Do you know Katherine Magbanua?
I have met Katherine Magbanua twice, as I mentioned.
She was your brother Charlie's girlfriend at the time of this murder, wasn't she?
I believe
Objection
so.
asked and answered.
There may have been other girlfriends
Overruled.
there at the time.
All right. Wait a second. Okay, now answer the question.
Specifically at the time of the murder, Katherine Magbanua was your brother's girlfriend at that time, correct?
I think so.
Okay. And can you identify her? You mentioned you've been to the beach with her on one occasion and dinner on another occasion. Do you see her in the courtroom?
Yes. I do.
Could you please point her out and describe what she's wearing?
She is sitting over here. She has on a striped blouse and a blazer.
Let the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant.
Can I just say, if somebody even hurt my son's dad, I would not be going in court, yes, like I was at a conference, that they're there. I'd be like, that's them. What is wrong with her? You know, it's like, take a seat.
Okay.
There's a message that says, "This is so sweet." Who is that
Objection, Your Honor.
message to?
Objection.
Hold on. What's the objection?
Hearsay, Your Honor. Item is in evidence.
That's sustained.
All right. Can you say who the message before the Best Buy message? Who did you send that message to?
It looks like I sent that message to my brother.
Your brother Charlie?
Yes.
All right. And that message was deleted as well?
I always delete my messages. But yes, it looks like I deleted it at some point.
All right. And that message, what were you referring to in that message, if you know?
I have no idea.
But it was sweet, whatever it was.
I mean, 8 years ago, I have no idea what was sweet.
Right, guys, I've had a belly full of her tonight. I'm not gonna do any more on this because I'm really mad again. No, that's it really. I just wanted to show that, you know, it's always like deflect, emotional blackmail, angry, or just outright lies. That's Wendi. There's no straight talking with Wendi. There's no truth. In my opinion, there's no truth with her. And I think I just think it's so entertaining to see how quick she'll just drop a mother and Charlie in it. She doesn't seem to do it with a father so much, but a father's name hasn't come up that much. That's probably yet to come. That'll be interesting when they do get Wendi on the stand, when she's standing trial, because I've got no doubt in my mind that she's going to get picked up, and the sooner the better. And on that note, I'm going to say good night, take care, stay safe, and come back. Okay, bye.